Williams on the drive. Got a size advantage on Bean.
Tough.
Nice move and finish.
Would like to do.
Loose ball. Huskers come away with it. That was one thing Coach Hoiberg made note of. They didn't do well enough. Nice dish inside to Wilcher from Williams. Coleman on the inbounds to Williams. Working on Lewis June. Left-handed finish and one.
Well, I'll tell you what, Brice Williams has a strong post game, good back to the basket, and he's got a
swing it around to McKeithen. Testing that ankle of Tominaga, lost the ball on the way in, and Brice Williams scoops it up. The push ahead to Casey. Open three on the right side, and the Huskers are on the board.
Well, you see off the turnover, the 2-on-1, Brice Williams Naga's going, and he's going to that three-point line. There's just a supreme amount of confidence, not only in Tominaga himself, but
inside to Williams for the slam.
great two-man action there from Mass and Williams with the finish.
Down to 5. Williams, pull up. Oh, and that's exactly how you would think it would end if you're a Husker fan. After a lackluster first 4 minutes, Robbie, the next 16.
Yeah, pretty.
4 different leading scores in the first 4 games. It's a testament to what Fred Hoiberg told us. When we're healthy, we're good, and Williams is pretty good too.
It really was. I thought Ron Coleman could have had the exact same result at the rim.
Passed inside to Williams, up strong, and one. He'll head to the line. What a finish there from Williams.
Yeah, really nice, pass by Mast as well. He hit.
Bounce pass inside to Williams and one. His second of the day. So it will be Cal State Fullerton's basketball to start the second half. There's Jones, nice pass over to Lee. Good defensive recovery there from Williams. Gary's had a tough day shooting today. Back the other way goes Cal State Fullerton. Williams on the deny. Here comes Gary. Look out! And Cal State Fullerton wants a timeout. It's the crowd loving what they see there. There's the rejection from Williams. Back the other way. Gary.
Nebraska 1 of 6 so far from the field. Williams finds Alec down low. Good feed, easy 2. The rejection from Payne, the bucket counts. Nebraska all 10 of its points in the paint so far. Hawkins baseline, throws it up for grabs, intercepted.
Those are the turnovers that you just can't have, because now it's off to the races and Nebraska going to get an open look.
And the 3 falls for Jamarcus Lawrence. Hawkins, he's leading the Big Ten in turnovers per game at over 3. There's a good look. Payne, though, is blocked. He brought it down low, and Wilcher ripped it away. And we have a whistle stopping play, but Pharrell Payne, it looked like he had an easy 2, but what a recovery by Nebraska.
It really was. Brice Williams with that 7-foot wingspan. Pharrell Payne trying 4 of 23 from 3 on the season. There, when they needed some offense, he's there to deliver.
Williams attacks.
It's truly a remarkable story.
I'm going to define her career so far in a word that's used often around here: elite.
Yeah.
Elite. As Williams counters with the 3 since the 1978-79 campaign. Slip to Mass, he beat Payne and laid it in.
But how about Corey? 2 of 22 from 3 against Creighton.
Tominaga over to Williams. Williams working inside. Jumper is good. Williams, nice find, Alec. Teal over to Jones. Another defensive stop. Williams over to Gary. Inside, nice pass to Alec with the left-handed finish. 3 no good. Rough start offensively for the Bulldogs. Kick out over to Wilcher, corner 3. Knocks it down.
10 to shoot. Williams will go after Xavier Johnson, now to Lawrence. Back to Williams for 3.
Banked it home! The window is open on a chilly night at Pinnacle Bank Arena.
And Baco.
It was last year, and this season certainly once again. Nice inbounds play. What a screen.
Nice defensive play by Brice Williams. Now Williams, defense to offense, into the paint he rolls. Now Wiltshire.
Got the matchup inside, but instead Brice Williams.
Three-ball says, forget it. Do it all myself.
We got the inside matchup with Braden Smith, but Brice Williams also has it with Edie on the perimeter. He just backs him up, rises and fires. Drawing up a game plan that certainly has been the recipe so far to be up 10 with the under 4 beating the #1 team in the country.
Williams slips it through to Allen. Drop it down low. Edie swatted away from behind.
Edie's got good position here. That's just a heck of a play from Brice Williams to come out of nowhere. That's strong.
Jones trying to play some fast offense, but the defense of Nebraska is...
All the credit here. Their defense has been spectacular. Once again, Brice Williams.
Brice Williams has the rebound. Williams coming off a great game, a near triple-double their last game. He was just 1 point and 1 assist away from the triple-double, and we got 2 more for the Huskers.
You know, you and I did this game here in this building last year. Keisei Tominaga had another 22 points. Lawrence underneath, and he's fouled.
First points for Bowie coming off a 20-point game, including the game winner against Maryland. Alec with the slip. Good fake and lays it up and in.
And you mentioned Barnheiser, defensively impactful as well. 5 steals last time out in that win versus Maryland.
Well, how easy was that? Brice Williams end to end. And Nebraska pulls even at 16.
Here is Josiah Alec with it, gets it over. Now this is Rick Mast. Mast was trying to set up his post move, instead kicks it back out for Williams, who wants the 3, and Williams has been money and puts it down. His sister, a starter for the volleyball team as well, so it's in the family.
Oh, no doubt about it. You see Brice Williams on the catch, no hesitation. See how Ohio State defends it.
Williams, drive, shot, won't go, rebound right back to himself, left-hand finish, and that is halftime. But the explosion from Williams just before the break.
Off the dribble against Crowell. Alec trying to tip it out, and Klesman able to deflect it to Storr. Here he comes again. On the break, end to end. Can't get it to go, and the Badgers will back it out.
Oh, what a rebound by Ty Rogers. Alec had that, and he just took it from him.
Here's Shannon in the open floor, swatted away.
Setting massive screens to allow Bowie a clean look.
Here's Williams on the turn, using that size to get to the rim.
His banana cuts and curl cuts into the paint put a lot of pressure on his opponent.
Williams, fall away, nicely done. Brice Williams.
Got that one down. Can this be the elixir for the Huskers?
In terms of movement off the ball, I don't think there's anybody in the Big Ten that attracts more attention.
Up ahead for 2 more.
Dale Jacobson.
Yeah. Galloway. Jump stop inside, lost the ball, turnover. Williams has it, and he flips it as he falls to Hoiberg. Now Alec on the run to Lawrence. Lawrence on the baseline, he's got 5. In good position as the second half begins for that. And the lob to Williams for the 2-hand flush to start off this second half.
Man, how about that set?
Quickly ahead to Leal, the run out, and the rejection by Brice Williams. Standing defensive play.
Now watch him coming into your screen, and if he tries to block that with the right hand, that's a foul. But he's measuring his steps the moment that Leal turned the corner. If he tries to block that with the right hand, he's going to have to come across his body.
Brice Williams lets it fly. Got it to go.
They want to turn you over and get things out in the open floor before you're able to get situated defensively, because for the vast majority of this ballgame, the transition defense by the Cornhuskers has been fantastic.
They're going to have to try to come back again in this one on a night where the threes have not fallen yet. Jeremiah Williams working inside. Jamichael Davis, his shot ripped away by Brice Williams.
Nebraska back within 9, inside 10. Nice pass, Williams to Mast, back to double digits.
Renew off
off the back of the iron, and a rebound bounces to Wilcher. Oh, nobody's tracking Gary.
Khalil Ware was back, but he never saw Gary running the floor. He is going to run the floor. And it's got to be on Khalil Ware. He's thinking he's got Josiah Alec, but if Gary's running, he's got to take that man. Breakdown in communication, lack of awareness.
Nice cut. How about the Williams? Lawrence with the money. Big finish. Lawrence threads the needle. Nice play, Rogers. Get it ahead. He's going to just attack. Shannon, the Euro by Williams. Chase down block. Brice Williams gets back. And Nebraska will take over. And this no call, the layup attempt by Shannon. Williams gets over there. It did hit the backboard above the rim once Williams made contact with it. Not for lack of effort, Grant. 4 to shoot. Damask loses it. Williams forcing the action to the rim. Finishes at a foul. That's when you just let go, I think. Defending the three, so not just the overall field goal percentage defense. Ball knocked around. Nebraska will scoop it up with Williams. Like the hustle here. Takes it right to the tin. Missed it. Followed. Good, and a foul.
Williams on the drive, and 1. Make it 7 points for Brice Williams to start this game, and he's going to head to the line for free throw.
We talked about it a little bit.
Gary looking inside to Mia. Gives it up to Williams behind the back. My goodness. Brice Williams. Williams on the drive. Nice take and finish for Brice Williams. Knocked out of bounds.
And then, ability to Coach Castleberry to keep him kind of in the middle of the floor where Nebraska can't help as much.
Nebraska quickly goes inside with the mismatch. Williams and 1. The foul is on Brown.
This is Brown's second. Nice. Was able to make kind of a secondary decision with a little turnaround jump shot.
Taken away by FDU. Barba Bay back the other way, and Williams swats that away.
So he was a little late getting over. I know Coach Linzer kind of mentioned that they felt like he was a little.
Good job by me of getting over the top. They were trying to post up Saxon down there around the restricted area.
Hardaway couldn't throw it down.
Nice contest.
Now Williams muscles up and scores.
How about the contest up there, up top? End-to-end action by Williams, and then watch this little step to the Euro step, left hand.
Bumped by his own guy, Asijan, can't get him out of the way. Williams to work with 2 to shoot, 1 to shoot, and it falls. Williams with the 2, and halftime arrives with a double-digit lead for the visitors from Lincoln.
Incredible poise and strength. And usually those two things come from experience. And that is Brice Williams. Played in the NCAA tournament a year ago for the Huskers, getting downhill, taking the contact.
Really shot the ball confidently from behind the arc. 3 of 4 from deep.
And here's that pressure applied by South Dakota. Huskers break, now look to attack. Williams, good things can happen.
Get over the top here. Nice job of getting the ball on the sideline. And then you see the numbers situation of sealing off the help.
And Buttigieg with a steal. Numbers with Williams and Buttigieg. It's Williams with a one-hand flush.
Nebraska guard Brice Williams with 15 first-half points. Here he gets the ball, and with no regard for human life.
Here's Williams again. He's on a 7-0 run, trying to make it 10-0, and it is a personal 10-0 run.
Little rhythm hop to step into that, no one there, and then you can see the confidence paying off.
Williams, nice catch by Mia off the tip. Drops it to Mia, and another two-hand stuff. He's got 4 of them tonight.
Quick pass to the corner. Ball movement was exquisite in the opening half for Nebraska. Rebounding has been excellent all season long to this point. 9.6 steals per game. They go up top. And able to finish is Morgan. Sejan finally missed a couple of minutes ago. Pump fake, the sidestep from Williams. Looking like a Sejan with that three and the step back.
That's that double team we talked about earlier.
Taken away. Williams 2-on-2. Down the lane. Attacking and scoring.
Issue for Indiana. What happens oftentimes, that little pocket pass is there. This team works so hard today in Nebraska on taking away those little pocket passes with low hands and able to get out in Indiana.
All 4 whistles in the game against the Hoosiers. Brice Williams, how crafty was that? Here's Ulis again. He's running the point because Wooster has 2 fouls.
Yes.
The starting point guard. He's on the bench. Good slip in. Morgan slams it.
Coach Brice Williams doing a nice job off that ball screen. Good dive there by Morgan. No one over.
Williams somehow finds Gary, who somehow finds the basket.
Juwan Gary having a major impact on this game. First a 3, now a 2. Nebraska's back up 3.
And Nebraska shooting 65% in that first half. With looks like that, it'll go up. That's Braxton Mia. Wooster finding Williams. Williams, count it, and a foul. 4th 20-point game this year for the 6-year senior Brice Williams.
When a team is making a run at you, you want to get the basketball in the hands of your best.
Point guard Riley Wooster had a quiet night, but saddled with foul trouble. Gives it up, long 3. He does it again. 26 for Williams.
Brice Williams continues his spectacular play. You trail, don't get up and help. He knocks down that.
Williams guarded by Galloway.
Good D.
Desperation, fade away, oh my!
Trailing 20-4 and only having 1 made field goal.
14 straight for the Huskers. Brice Williams racing up the floor. 16-0 run, Nebraska.
And go on this 16-0 run that is all predicated, really, Roxy, by what they're able to do at the defensive end of the floor. I know we show you the steal.
Should say 12 of the 21 is now the score is corrected. Here comes Kylan Milton again, a 4-on-2. And coming over, Brice Williams, the rejection.
Good job once again, not giving up on the play.
Nice drop off, and Braxton Mia finishing for the Huskers. Brice Williams pivoting. Williams and 1.
Don't have to tell him when he drives into the paint. Brice Williams thinks that he's going to score the basketball. That's the difference. Great job by Brice Williams. Twice here in the second half, he's gotten to that spot in the floor, feeling very confident. Good.
Dominant performance from Brice Williams and Juwan Gary in this semifinal matchup. As Williams turns the corner, 2 more, and to the line, a chance for 3, Brice Williams.
Brice Williams and Juwan Gary have delivered more than Amazon today. And score against an unset defense. Because once they get loaded, it's pretty hard.
Up and under, Brice Williams.
Not for him, it's not.
Another 3 on the way. That's way off from Jaquavis Williford, the freshman. And here comes Nebraska and Brice Williams. Muscles his way to the basket. Brice Williams and 1.
How nice is it if you're Fred Hoiberg to know that you've got a guy out on the floor that can score at any point in time? So much of college basketball. Yeah.
You've never had one.
I've never had one.
Andrew Morgan. And 1 as Morgan got knocked down.
Really good execution at both ends of the floor. Just watch the screen and then the direct roll rim. They double the ball, and then Morgan just, and I would not be surprised if they get a stop here, though, that he goes to the scorer's table.
Brice Williams. And 1. Strong drive to the basket by Williams.
And Wayne Tinker was hoping to get a push off and make it an offensive foul.
Brice Williams.
He's good. He's going to be the MVP of the tournament. I'd be surprised if he's not. 3 in the white uniform. Brice Williams following up the 32-point performance.
That shot clock was winding quickly. Here's Williams on the attack, knifing inside to Morgan for 2. What a feed from Brice Williams. Pull on the reins a little bit and slow this one up. Williams wraps it down low. Nice gather and finish by Andrew Morgan.
Wooster leaves it for Brice Williams. A beautiful pass. Well done, Mia.
We were told he tweaked something in his lower body in pregame warmup and is questionable to come back. 7 to shoot.
Brice Williams looks like he's drinking a cup of coffee. Just putting up numbers in Big Ten play. Brice Williams going to take advantage of this size mismatch here.
Oh, good look to Mia.
One with Brice Williams. He's backing down the smaller Brock Harding. You help uphill, you're asking to get dunked on.
Largest Husker lead at 13. Off the head of Sanford. Well, this counts for numbers. Williams makes it a 15-point lead. Up by 4. Williams. Oh, top 3. Williams, big step for 3. Tie game! Wow! Tie game! A big step and then a big shot to give us overtime.
And Brock Harding is standing at half court saying he was trying to foul, but he kind of whips right there.
Nebraska's a good defensive team, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't look like it right now because everything's going Purdue's way.
Good pass there, and Gary with 2 more. And you look up and ho-hum Braden Smith has 7 assists already.
Isn't that something?
Buchtenjel on a good feed from Brice Williams.
Built to take away the paint. They're a little vulnerable from beyond the arc. And we'll see if the Scarlet Knights can knock them down.
Williams knocks the first 3 down of the night for Nebraska. There's Harper in the matchup against Wooster. He'll like that matchup. Drives into the teeth of the Husker defense. Can't get it to go. Inside, and it's thrown out by Mia.
And now Williams quickly to the other end. He'll launch the 3. It's good. 1-point game in Lincoln with 4.6 to go. And Nebraska uses its final timeout.
I know Nebraska didn't win the game at Iowa, but it was Brice Williams that hit the 3 at the end of regulation to send that game into overtime.
Gillespie left it for Queen, and Williams with the block. Hoiberg off to the races.
Help. It looks like an easy play for Queen, and it's not.
Terrific drop-off there by Jacoby Gillespie, and Brice Williams just in the play. Stays right there. Great look-ahead pass, and what looks like an easy 2 for Maryland.
Nebraska needs an answer. Wooster. Nice find, and Buchtenjel alone.
Floor we've seen from the Cornhuskers this afternoon, and then Brice Williams drive and dish, find the open man. Berke Buchtenjel going upstairs, bringing the hammer.
Gillespie working on a 20-point ball game, his 4th of the season, and they got to stop. Ulis in transition.
A good rim run. Oh, right there. Oh, what a tip, though. Jawan Gary with the effort.
Here's Williams. Turning the corner to the rim. Count it. And the foul.
I mean, if I'm Nebraska, I'm telling guys wearing the white jerseys, I better see this every time down the floor. Okay?
Next win against USC is the Trojans up 5 late in this one. Williams will turn the corner, drives to the rim for 2. 12 to shoot, driving inside, the dish into the corner, tough pass. Now Williams, 7 to shoot. He'll launch a 3, and he hits it! What a time for Williams to hit this 3.
Look, they're trying to take away that strong right-hand drive, but he gave just enough of a gap that allowed Williams to step in.
15 seconds and counting. Taking some time now. They're working for a shot.
Inside, Buchtengel is there, gets 2, but now down to 7.4 seconds. They'll foul immediately.
Tanjay again from 3. A little bit strong, and Williams the rebound. Now Nebraska with a chance. Williams on the run, end-to-end to the rim for 2, and halftime arrives with a mini burst from the Huskers to get back within 12.
Well, excellent job taking advantage of the long rebound. Brice Williams looks up.
Job by Davis, though, to break Buchtengel's rhythm just enough to take a dribble. Ball tipped away, and Williams gets the steal. Give Buchtengel a little bit of an assist. Williams going to the left side of the rim. I don't mind that no call, though. Williams from the logo splashes that one down. His vision is something else. It's so good. Williams driving in. What a pass to Andrew Morgan. Speaking of good vision, Brice Williams showing it off there. It's not a shot. It's a curl. It's a one dribble and a floater. And then you talked about a great vision from Brice Williams. Williams turns the corner to the rim. A 7-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. 9 to shoot. Williams turns the corner again to the rim, and he throws it down. Brice Williams doing his best to get Nebraska off the schneid. They've lost 6 straight, but they lead by 9. We head to Los Angeles. Rob Stone in our Fox Sports studio with the crew to break it down when we return here on FS1. This morning. The lob to Gary again on the baseline out of bounds. Second time he's rocked the rim from underneath the hoop. Let's take another look at just a back pick. Watch, Asijan's going to come set the back pick. And once again, Will Riley reluctant to help. Somebody's got to take away left hand, and he can't get it to go. Boswell attacks and thrown out of bounds by Brice Williams. How far Johnson is, so look at Williams going to tap right at Johnson for 2 more. Talk about drop coverage, almost way too far drop down. Wooster looking, finds Williams, patient, jumper, got it. Brice Williams has been able to go to work, but you said it, the shot fake and the patience there, that was pretty from Brice Williams, understanding the urgency was going to come from Boswell.
He initiates the offense a lot, but he's the primary scorer as well.
What a pass.
Whoa. To Andrew Morgan. Not believe as much. You take a look at Williams coming off that high ball screen, great delivery. Nobody wants to play anybody at this point.
There was a stretch, no one wanted to play Minnesota not that long ago.
Oh,
Williams at 3, and he's fouled. He banks in the triple, and he's got a chance at a 4-point play.
And I've said it a couple times this year, you are not going to block 3-point shots, and if you do, you're just going to foul them. So just contest, especially that one, off the bounce from what, 27 feet, 26 feet? There's no need to challenge that and try and get a piece of it.
And I think it is just a war zone in the paint right now, and it comes away to Hoiberg. Here comes Wooster.
Now they got numbers.
It's Williams. Extra pass to Jawan Gary. And Dana Altman and Oregon need a timeout.
Winning plays. Buchtengel.
Honoring Nebraska volleyball with that offensive rebound, and Wooster gets 2 points out of it.
After they lost 4 in a row.
Right. That goes through the hands of Shellstad. Tracy trying to chase down. And Williams with the dunk.
Watch a season unfold, no matter what the team is, and the ups and downs, and how one game, one half can spark your team. And I just got that sense this morning, and I know I've said it, that Illinois game just got them back on track. And it certainly seems to be the case, the way they played in this first half, especially on the defensive end.
It's a veteran group.
Unselfish play by Berke there.
One of the best assisting teams in the league.
Oregon should get another look.
Williams. Nobody home, and he throws it down.
That'll stop a run.
Over. They've allowed some easy baskets in the paint.
Just a 4-point lead now, loose ball. Hoiberg dives for it, and here comes Nebraska. Pass ahead to Williams, a lob to Gary. Hands play sponsored by Allstate, and Sam Hoiberg hitting the deck and turning this into 2.
Energy makes a big difference. Getting on the floor, setting the tone. They've turned them over a couple times. Got easy baskets in the paint to kind of get.
Brice Williams spots up for 3, and he hits, and Nebraska is in front for the first time since 3-2, just moments into the game.
Get a little bit of a misdirection, curl screen, get a little bit of switch action, and then Brice Williams with the 3 coming off that baseline screen, and they're trying to fight over.
Williams now with 5 on the shot clock for Nebraska. Pulls up straight away 3, and he hits. Boy, that one felt especially big for Nebraska.
Gotta love it. Got the mismatch on the switch here. He takes Osborne. Just take your time.
Here's Williams. Driving again. Count it! And the foul!
Good recognition in transition. Williams understands he has the inexperienced White on him, and he just attacks that inside foot.
Williams trapped, no timeouts, jumps it across. Gary is there. Gary to the rim for the exclamation point for Nebraska.
You don't find many of those in Nebraska, I've learned.
No. I agree with him. I didn't climb my way to the top of the food chain to eat grass.
For the Cats, and now the lead is 20, the largest it has been, and now a turnover, miscommunication, and the Cats give it right back. Boland's had it picked off by Williams. Here's Gary for 3. That goes. And Morgan, the near turnover. Hoiberg comes up with it. Here's Esijan. Now Williams. And the foul! Foul on Jordan Clayton, his second.
Well, you mentioned how tough this Nebraska offense has been lately.
Williams. Plenty of time to shoot. Shot clock at 10. Williams inside Mia, who throws down the dunk.
You cannot fault him, and he gets a ton of minutes, to your point.
A 12-point lead for Penn State. Williams, deep 3. That's good with a hand in his face. And then kept the winning going at VCU. They made 3 NCAA tournaments. Big Ten coming calling as Morgan rolls and finishes. Baldwin off the mark. But he's had a big night again. Morgan to the rim, finishes. And Morgan with a season best 18. He's 8 of 8 from the field.
Under 10 to shoot. Here's Williams waiting for the traffic to clear. Back-to-back triples for Brice Williams. Big time shot fake paint, but Brice Williams, this guy had to do everything. Gave Dusty May confidence that he would have no problem in a league like the Big Ten, and he hasn't. Husker scrambling, deep 3, and Brice Williams is feeling it early with 3 triples. Wow. Transition for the Wolverines, and then Brice Williams, how about 11 points? Huskers have missed their last 7. Williams had the hot hand early. He'll try to get it going, and he cannot. 0 for 8, but then a steal. Right to great anticipation. Watch Brice Williams just hang back, sense it, and then like a cornerback jump in and out route. Pick 6 dunk for Brice Williams. It seemed like all of his back. And Brice Williams stops behind it. Burnett. No 3 there. Long rebound batted out to Ulis. Numbers if they hurry. Williams does indeed hurry. It is the Brice. Here he is just running the floor. Danny Wolf not getting in front of the hoop. And an easy right down Broadway dunk for Brice Williams. Huskers went 7 minutes between field goals. They had a drought earlier in the half of over 4.
See Michigan switching a lot of these screens, kind of just blowing up Nebraska's set, so it becomes a one-on-one sort of situation. This guy's pretty good in that.
And he hits another one, 22 for Brice Williams.
Brice Williams, he's a great offensive player. Just jab, one dribble, splash.
Garcia with an 18-point lead for the Gophers. And then Williams takes it away. Williams to the other end with the hammer. And now a timeout called by Minnesota.
This is one of the few easy baskets that Nebraska has had all afternoon, and it comes off a, for today, rare turnover by Minnesota, but Brice Williams able to take advantage.
Here's Williams.
Oda Cali did a really good job of winning his feet.
And then one more coming at the line for Williams.
That was a big-time shot by Brice Williams, because Oda Cali's kind of been an unsung hero. You know, defensively, he has shut down Gary, and most times Williams has got to watch himself, does Frank mention.
Ball taken away. Steal for Nebraska. Williams loping to the rim. That'll be a goaltend on Oda Cali. Count the bucket. Nebraska with an 8. Under 10 to play. Williams turns the corner. Inside for 2 more.
And another play by Morgan in white on this last possession. Take a look at him here. Fox is a pretty good shot blocker, but because he gets just enough of his hip into him.
Gary and Esijan each have 3 3-pointers in this game. They're both in right now. Inside of Morgan.
Oh, what a play. What a play. 3 defenders go out on the perimeter. Morgan dives hard. They find him, and he finishes through the contact. What a play by Nebraska.
Sharing the... A lot of work to do. Here comes Williams.
Get to the rim. I know you need 6, but get to the rim. There you go.
Oh, and he's fouled.
That's why you go to the rim, Paul. In college basketball, you'd be surprised how many times this happens. When a team doesn't settle for a 3, they get downhill. You get an opportunity for an old school 3-point play.
Williams, impossible job here. We'll see if this 3 goes, and it does. That puts Williams up to 40 points, but it's Ohio State prevailing in double overtime at home.
Aiton Sanford. Double showed against Rooster, and he threw it away. Here's Williams, one-on-one against Dix. Drives it up for 2.
Or you're going to be in big trouble as Nebraska kind of not on the same page. They were all pressed down to the 3-point line on the weak side and gave up an easy dunk. Williams
Zips that pass into Gary with the bucket and the foul. And a chance to tie it at the line. Williams to Gary on senior day for 2.
Great anticipation from Gary to catch and go up with it. And most guys would have caught that, gathered, and then gone up. But if he waits, player of the year. Good debate about that in the tournament preview as Williams goes off the backside of bronze for 2. Only his second made field goal of the half comes in a crack.
Points for Arizona State. Morgan trying to get those 2 back. And Ali off the miss. Here's Mason on the drive. Ooh, Williams out of nowhere. Esijan from the wing. The 3 won't go, and Gary with the push to clear some space. That'll be his first. Very surprised. Nebraska, as Kim reported earlier, got together as a team, wanted to get going in this one. Maybe that Morgan jam will get them going. Good read there by Brice Williams. Back it goes to Brice Williams. He's been the offense for the Huskers as usual. He's got 16. Now Williams bowling to his best. That is just strength. Boy, Trevor Best with a 185-pound frame. Good luck trying to slow down Brice Williams. For the Big Red. Picked up on the switch now by Ali. Up and under to the rim. How about the 18th game this year for Brice Williams? Comes Esijan to get it. Trapped in that corner. Needs a little help and finds it from Hoiberg. Lobbing it to Williams. Williams with the exclamation point for Nebraska.